Hello YouTube, how your mama, how your brothers, how your sisters, how your family, how your friends. So, I'm always talking about be yourself, be you, be authentic, and all those type of things. And people don't understand that I also say them to myself. I'm also saying them to myself. So, one thing I want to do on my YouTube was just start opening up more, just being a lot more honest about what I'm feeling, how I'm feeling, things I'm going through, just different things in life. So, anyone who knows me or being close enough to me know I lost my grandma at a very young age. My grandma was maybe only 40 something when she passed away. She had a brain aneurysm. Um, so, sorry for the dramatic pause. So, I've always had a hard time going to funerals and um, anything else since then. So, um, so with that being said, sorry, I just looked up brain aneurysms because I just thought about it. Um, I was wondering if there was any causes. So, anyways, I have recently lost my aunt, my great aunt, which would be her sister. Jessie B. White. I wasn't able to make it to the funeral. Hold on, y'all, because this video is playing in the background. Right? So. My bad. So I wasn't able to make it to the funeral because, I travel for work, so I'm always somewhere. And it would have been a lot for me to go to that funeral and come back and a lot of back and forth. And I knew I would not get no sleep. But I've always been weird with death. I don't know why, because at the end of the day, people die. You might not be ready for them to go, and I wasn't ready for either of them to go. But just to give you a little backstory, I moved to Maryland. I went to school up there. And I was staying with my uncle. But as everyone knows, my uncle's a little cuckoo. So I ended up going to stay with my aunt, which would be this lady here. Sweet lady. Favorite color was purple, y'all. And then my grandma's favorite color was pink. I don't think I've truthfully dealt with it. I don't think I've truthfully dealt with any of them. Any death or loss that was someone close to me. My grandma had a brain aneurysm, loved her to death. Her sister, I don't necessarily know all the details. I know she was in the hospital and she wasn't doing well, and I was going to call her, but before I could call, God had other plans. Ain't that the truth? I look at the pictures of her and just think of her as a person, and I love that lady. She was almost like my second grandma. It hurts. It does. It hurts. It hurts a lot. But what I will say is that love your family and your friends and your people while they're here. Make sure they know that you love them. Make sure they know it. I love my Aunt Jessie. And I hope that she knows it. She used to cook for me. And everybody knows I love food, so that's the way to my heart, you know. She would cook every day when I stayed up there. And then sometimes on the weekend she wouldn't cook. She was like, nephew, you're on your own tonight. I ain't cooking. I was like, okay, Aunt Jessie. I'll make a sandwich or something. But let me tell you something. She cooked. And it's funny because I never knew this. All the time that I've known her, when she came down to visit, she never cooked. So when she came down to North Carolina, she never cooked. So when I moved with her and I stayed with her, she cooked every day just about. And then sometimes we'd have leftovers or whatever because she normally cooking up for a couple of days. So, and I would take the leftovers and stuff to school the next day for lunch or whatever. So I didn't have to use any money or whatever. And I saved money that way. So people would be like, what you eating today? So just know that she could cook, okay? Because people be like, what you eating today? And I'm like, I got this. My aunt made this and whatever. And one of my good friends, Mickey, who I also lost to cancer. I always be like, oh, you tell your aunt I'm coming to dinner. I say all these things to say that just love people while they're here. Make sure they know that you love them. I hate that my aunt passed away and I never got to say certain things. Like, you know what? I really appreciate you. I appreciated the kindness you showed me when I was living in your house, and I did. And I will always remember the good times. I will always remember. Now, granted, it's weird to me. I don't like talking to people that much, but I'll get on YouTube and just talk. Like, I think it's like my therapy. So, I know that my cousins and people are really mourning her loss right now. It's a weird time when you lose somebody. So, just make sure you love people while they're here. You give them that gratitude or whatever you feel like they deserve while they're here, because you never know when they're going to be taken from you or when something bad is going to happen. And I didn't talk to her every day, but I would definitely keep in touch. Call her, let her know, hey, Aunt Jessie, how you doing? You know, I just hate that I wasn't able to send one more, be able to call one more time. Just one more time. That's all I needed. Just one more time and say, I love you. People need to know that. People need to hear that. Believe it or not, people need to hear that. People need to know that you love them. People need to know that you care. And it might sound crazy, but it's the truth. It's just very much the truth. People need to know these things. And no matter where you are in life or whatever, no matter what you're doing, if you're even doing something that your parents don't agree with, still make sure at the end of the day that if y'all ain't getting along, that they still know that you love them, that you still care. And I just want to send out all my condolences to my cousin Ashley and my cousin Sandra, Nikki, all my family, really, Edna, Sylvia, my mother, my sisters, and all my other cousins, Nikki, JT, Jackie. I love you all. I love you all. Monica, Jasmine, I love you all. I love all my family. And you can never get another family. And I also say that to say, whatever issues that we have in this family, we have to make sure we fix them. Nothing is never this serious that we can't talk to one another. And hey, sometimes things happen and you do what you gotta do. But it's never nothing personal. I love you all. And I wish you all the best. And I hate it because there's some people that pass away and you're not close to them or you don't feel any connection. But like when someone you're close to, you enjoyed their conversation, you enjoyed their time. People don't understand. Me and my Aunt Jessie would sit up there and have so many conversations about just different things in life. Just life. And to talk to an older, wiser person or a person who's more old school than you, I don't know. It's awesome. But people didn't understand it. When I was there with her, me and her would sometimes sit down and just be having conversations about everything, things that go on in the world, just life. I really appreciate that. And that time that I spent with you would never go unnoticed. And I'm glad I had it. I'm glad that my uncle was crazy so that I could spend more time with you. Now, granted, everything's okay. And matter of fact, I think I'm gonna give my uncle a call. I love you all. Be great. Be kind. And let everyone know that you love them. Bye.